Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about the number one investment that you want to consider in your business, which is your cell phone. So we're going to be talking about it coming up next. What is up guys, it's Diana here with Entree Woman TV, helping transition your passion into the business that you love so you can create the side hustle that you want. And one of the most important things about creating your side hustle business, it doesn't matter if you haven't officially got it started yet, or if you have been in for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, or even your first year of business, your cell phone is your number one tool. So a couple things about having a great cell phone is that there are a couple things that you want to make sure that the cell phone checks off. It doesn't mean that you have to invest in a specific brand for it to be quality. You can actually find some really neat cell phones for $200, $300, even $400. You don't have to spend almost close to, $600 and $700 to get a great cell phone. You can really find a lot of great cell phones for about the $200 or $300 that should help you get started in your business, even if you're starting with a little bit of money. So everybody has a cell phone. This is not uncommon at all. People will leave anything and everything at home. They'll leave their lunch at home, they'll leave their book at home, they'll leave a laptop at home, but they will not forget their cell phone. So when you're starting in your own business, this is going to be the number one tool that you need. This is what you're going to need if you're doing consulting like I do. You're going to need it to speak to clients. So you're going to need something that's not going to overheat on you, that's going to be able to hold up to all the demands that you are going to put on it. Even if you are a creative entrepreneur and you're putting your skills to work, you're always going to find yourself in need of a great cell phone. So let's cover some of the things that you want to look for when you're looking for the number one investment in your business. Tip number one is that you want to make sure that it has good battery life. If your phone does not have good battery life, it is pointless. Most cell phones now don't have where you can interchange out or has an interchangeable battery so you can change it out occasionally, so you're stuck with whatever is in there unless you take it to a shop or replace it or whatever. So once the battery goes out, so does the phone. So if you find one that has where the battery is interchangeable, then you want to make sure you at least have a spare battery that you invest in. Or if it's something where it's like this phone where it's built in and there's no way for me to remove it and replace it, then you want to make sure that you have something that will last you for a long time and it won't overheat, because the last thing that you want is your phone to get overheated and then it shuts down on you, because once that battery goes out, so goes your business. So tip number one, have a great battery. Tip number two is plenty of storage. If your phone sucks with storage, then you are pretty much out of luck. Most of the things that we're going to be using in our business, whether it's some kind of software or program, tool or resource, whatever it is, typically has some kind of associated application or app, as we commonly know it, that is going to accompany that specific program so you can do business on the go. That's why this is one of the number one investments that you're going to make in the business. It has to be able to hold every single app. I have never had an issue with storage. I don't have overheating issues, and it is just phenomenal. I mean, definitely if you run it like crazy, like anything else, it will tend to get hot, but other than that, this phone it works phenomenally. And that was one of the things that made me want to upgrade my phone to begin with, was does it have the storage that I need so that I can run every application that I need to for the finances for the business, for the software, even like if I'm using like my Panasonic G85 right now, if I wanted to use the app that comes with this camera, then I need to be able to run that at the same time, maybe have a TaxBot running in the background or whatever the case is. So can it hold up to the amount of apps that you actually need, or does it maybe have expandable memory or something to be able to hold up to all of the apps that you're going to be using in business? So that is tip number three. You want to make sure that it has great storage. So tip number three about picking out a great cell phone is that you want to make sure it has a good camera. Most cameras that are on cell phones today are just ridiculous. They're doing 4K video. They are doing multiple variable frame rates. So not just your 30 frames per second that you would see like on a soap opera or regular TV, or 24 frames per second like you may see on some YouTube videos and, maybe in the films and things like that. But even like 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, which really gives you great looking slow motion. And it is just like crazy the amount of stuff packed into cell phone today. So as you guys know, the entire 2017 continuously hammered just the point that you need to be more involved in creating videos and sharing your message in your small business. So the first camera that you're going to have is the one that's already in your pocket. So you do want to make sure it has a fairly decent camera. So again, I was telling you about my Axon ZTE. This one has, I believe, a 15 or 20 megapixel camera on the back. The back camera is always going to be stronger than the one that's on the front. So you may do, selfies and stuff like that. However, occasionally, if you're going to do like YouTube videos and stuff like that, then you do want to kind of get used to framing yourself up and using the better camera on the back. So you want to make sure it at least has maybe like 15 megapixels or something similar. But really, you don't even have to look for those specific specs when it comes to a good camera on a cell phone. Because if your camera is at least 3 years old, even if you go find somebody's old cell phone or old Apple iPhone, it's going to be perfect for getting your message out there and sharing your videos. Again, guys, I started with, where's this cheap phone? This phone was like $100 at the time. It's one of these blue, Bold Like Us was the brand name. It's $100. It's been all kind of messed up now internally, but I mean, the thing was a tank, and it worked until it didn't work. But it lasted me enough to upgrade to this phone until I eventually got to the phone that I am at now, and it's been working great for about 2 years, going on 2 years now that I've had that Axon ZTE phone. And I think I maybe paid $200 or $250 for that phone, and just went ahead and paid for it out of pocket and paid for it up front, and it just works. So make sure you get a phone that has a great camera on it, because at the end of the day, you want to communicate your message, share your brand, and share what it is that you have to offer, and bring value to the community and to your potential customers and clients, so that you can actually really start to build the side hustle that you want. So tip number 3, have a great camera on your phone. So it kind of goes without saying, have a decent price range, but price is really subjective as to what's cheap, affordable, and budget friendly. Again, that Axon ZTE, I'll link it down below if you want to check it out on Amazon. And of course, that's an affiliate link. So if you buy anything through the Amazon affiliate links, it definitely helps to build and develop the channel financially. So thank you for your help there. But yeah, I'll link it down below, and anything else that I talked about, but except those cheap phones, those aren't even worth looking at. But $200, $250, it's up to you on what you want to use for that investment. Of course, maybe the more money that you spend as you get into the $300, $400, $500 range for a cell phone may last you a little bit longer, and it will cost more, but it should have more features and things like that. So just kind of, weigh your options and see what actually works best for you. Question of the day: what cell phone are you using currently, or what cell phone are you looking to upgrade to in your business? So definitely let me know down in the comments below. But thanks for checking out today's video. Definitely consider subscribing if it's something up your alley. We do videos like this on small business development, as well as video marketing tips to help you develop your side hustle into the business that you want. But as always, my friends, live with passion, and I'll see you guys on the next video.